welcome to yoga. Today, the practice is totally inspired by, last Friday I taught yoga with the kids at St. Luke's preschool. And that's the inspiration for this. They were, so yoga with kids, a lot of the yoga poses have animal names, right? And so that's a good way to introduce it, although some of the kids had done yoga. But and animals are very in the moment and driven by instinct, I think, more than me. I don't know what's going on in an animal brain, but I feel like the human brain does a lot of that planning and organizing that maybe they don't do. They're more just going by instinct. So animals, I believe, are in the present moment a lot more than we are, in their feeling body, like we talk about in yoga. And we are a lot of times in our thinking mind. So going back to something that happened, or worrying about something that's coming up, or even excited about something, whatever. So when kids were doing this, the other thing I noticed about kids is that they haven't gotten into all that mental stuff that we have, and judging, and I don't know, they were just free and playful and curious, and they were just, not worried about if they looked like the person next to them when we were doing the pose. They were really channeling the animal, and so I'm going to set kind of a group intention today, and then you can set your own as well. That we do try to, as we always do, be in the moment, listen to our bodies, but also have a child's mind, a kind of free, curious, playful attitude, because it's not, yoga's not a big serious thing. It's so anyway, so to be a little bit more like animals in the present moment, and like children with our attitude. Okay, so we're going to start just, you can be seated or supine. We're just going to do our centering. So just take a moment, close your eyes if that's comfortable. You don't have to. And just bring your awareness inside. So out of your thinking mind into your feeling mind, and notice your body. Just really come into your body. Notice sensations. Just see how your physical body is today. Notice if there's any areas that might require a little special attention. If you might have an injury or something, just be mindful, compassionate about that place. And just get an overall sense of your physical body. Probably most of it is really in good shape, working well, and then acknowledge that also. And also tune into your feeling tone, your emotions. How do you feel overall right now? And notice the state of your mind, whether you're busy bringing in some thoughts about what happened earlier or what might happen later. Or if you're pretty focused right here, right now, just notice. So we'll be doing everything we do will be geared to bringing you into the present moment and out of the past and out of the future. So notice where you start. awareness to your breath, just how your body is breathing itself right now. Just the qualities of the breath, whether it seems fast or, slow, even, uneven, shallow, deep. There's no right or wrong, just the way it is. Your body knows how to breathe to meet your needs. So this is another thing about the human brain that I'm not sure animals do this, I don't know, but we have the ability to consciously adjust our breath to energize ourselves, to calm ourselves down, to just be balanced, to cleanse. There's all different breaths that we can consciously take on to create different states of mind. And I don't know if animals do that, but my guess is that their body just breathes the way they need to. So if they're in a fight or flight situation, their breath will automatically speed up. And anyway, so we as human animals can consciously control our breath. So we're going to start the practice with what for the kids, I don't think I did this with the kids, but it's a bear breath. That's what we're going to think about it as, a hibernating bear. And the breath is just going to be inhale to a count of 5, your own tempo. Pause, still in stillness, for 3. Exhale to a count of 5, and pause for a count of 3. So we've done this before, and we called it a box breath. But today we're going to channel our inner bear, and just think about a bear hibernating and being just still and peaceful. So don't over effort. Just find your tempo to inhale 5. Pause for 3. Exhale 5. Pause for 3. So find that nice flowing with pauses breath that doesn't create anxiety, doesn't seem effortful. And we're just gonna do several rounds of bear breath. Resting and balancing. So the inhale and exhale are even with a rest in between. Do one more round. And when you complete the round, Just let go of the conscious breathing, the bear breath. And take a moment to create your own intention, if you'd like to, in addition to the group intention. And just repeat that in your mind a few times. Also notice how you feel after the bear breath. And we're going to begin practice on all fours. So come on up to hands and knees. A blanket under your knees might be good. We're going to be in all fours and then up on our knees. So get what you need there. And we're going to do what we usually call cat-cow, but this time we're just going to call it cat. So you're imagining yourself as a cat. So have your weight on your hands, paws, if you will, and on your knees and tops of your feet. And just start with a neutral spine. So flat back, and kind of lift your chin a little bit and look to the right slowly and look to the left. So you're an alert cat, maybe look up a little bit. You're just checking out your surroundings, curious, seeing what's going on. Just do that one more time. Look right, look low over your left shoulder, look up. And then begin to come into spinal extension. So let your belly come between your shoulders. But we're going to do a little different here. Usually we look up on this part. And I want you to tuck your chin as your belly comes down. And then as you come to an exhale, tuck your tailbone round your back like an angry or alert cat and lift your chin. Look up and hiss. So inhale, belly comes down, chin comes down. That's the opposite of what we usually do, so it might seem weird. And then on exhale, round your spine, lift your chin, hiss. So we're just going to flow with the breath through these movements of cat and change hiss out. So there's a lot of thinking here. So we're going to do it a few times till you get it. One more time. Okay, now bring your hips back. I was never able to get the chin up on the video. That's okay. All right, let me try. And then exhale, bring your hips back over your heels and stretch out. So reach your paws forward here. You're a cat, stretching out, stretching the back body, forward folding. And then on an inhale, lift your chest up a little bit, walk your hands over to the right, keep your hands shoulder width apart, head between your shoulders, and stretch out your left side. So lengthen back through your left hip and out through your left fingers. Find a stretch that feels really good there. Take a couple breaths here. Breathing into this left side
Exhaling, release down a little bit. One more breath. And then inhale, walk your hands back to center. Exhale once here. Then inhale up your chest a little bit, walk your hands over toward the left. And stretch out your right side, letting your hip go back. Stretch all the way from your hip through your fingertips for a couple more breaths. And then come back to all fours. Walk your hands out one palm's length ahead, so a little bit ahead, still shoulder width apart. And take your hips back. This is puppy pose, so we're switching from cat to dog, the dog vision. Hips back, not all the way. And let your head come between your arms. So this is this real stretch of your shoulders. But your head isn't coming all the way to the ground. Just reach back with your hips, stretch through your shoulders, press into your hands. So this is like a playful puppy. You know, when dogs meet another dog and they want to play, they get down like this. It's sort of a submissive posture, not an aggressive posture. So you might wiggle your tail a little bit because you want to play. Let's play. Oh, and feel that nice stretch. Maybe they're stretching so they can play better. I don't know. Okay. And then come on back up to all fours. Keep your hands out in front though, a little bit. And we'll come up into downward facing dog. So lift your hips up, you're on your toes, lengthen up through your tailbone, round your shoulders a little bit, and then just start pumping through your feet. So press one heel down and then the other, stretching the backs of your legs. And you can, the kids wag their tails here too. Wag, move any way that feels good. So animals move, stretch instinctively. And you can probably seen your dog, if you have one, do this in the morning when they get up, just stretching just like this. Their chests are closer to the ground than ours because they're built up differently. But so feel this stretch of the back body here. It's a forward, kind of a forward foldy thing. Stretching, where do you feel the stretch? Backs of your legs, top of your back, as your shoulders round out a little bit. Your arms. Okay, then come back to your knees. And we're going to come to a seat. So take your feet out to the side, come around to a seat. Now it might help to sit up on a blanket here or a block. And there's going to be an option here. This is a pose called turtle. But we can also, you could also go into a child's pose. So I'll show what turtle is. Turtle is your feet together, and then you slide your arms under your legs and fold forward. If that is not, you can move your feet farther out if that's more comfortable, or you can come right back into a child's pose, which also looks like a turtle. So whatever's comfortable for you. So a turtle, when it's walking around, we just had one in our garden yesterday, and he was not going into his shell. So, so here, a turtle, when you lift up and open your chest and look up and look around, like the cat did, that's
an unafraid turtle. It's an interacting turtle. So we had the kids talk to each other and say, you know, hello, hello. And then when the turtle is frightened or needs some rest, then you can round forward, come into your shell, and that's quiet in there. So you're shutting yourself off from external threats or even just stimulation. Come inside, and it's safe. So forward folds allow you to come inside, like child's pose, same thing. To be safe and quiet and peaceful. So just breathe here in this rest posture. You might notice that it's your breath, think about breathing into your back heart, the upper back, since your chest is kind of compressed. So just take a few breaths as like a turtle, just back in your shell, safe, calm, resting. And then you can come out again, lift your head, come back up to your knees. So be on a blanket if you want. We're going to be actually sitting back on our heels. So if that's not comfortable, you can put a block. You can raise yourself up on a block. We're going to do another breath here. So get in a comfortable thing on your front of your body. So, sign up through, oh, I'm gonna have to read this. Okay. All right, so this is bunny breath. Bunny breath. So, you know how bunnies do their nose? Okay, so what we're gonna do in the bunny breath is we're gonna take 3 quick breaths in through the nose and then a slow exhale through the nose. So, it goes. Okay, 3 quick in through the nose and then a slow exhale through the nose. Okay, then just rest. Notice how you feel. That's a cleansing breath and a clearing out kind of breath. So just close your eyes for a minute and just notice if that feels a little more open in your head. And then come on up to your knees. Now we're going to be on our knees. Just for a second here, for camel. So camel, open-hearted. So kneel up and put your hands back on the back of your sacrum, fingers down. Bring your shoulders, elbows together as much as you can, and just look up. So this is a little bit of a back bend. We're going to move into more back bends. So back bends are heart opening, more externally focused as opposed to the forward bends we were doing that were bringing our awareness inside. So just take a couple breaths, slow, deep, even breaths opening your chest. Last week we talked about how these were, confident postures, confidence, courage, as well as vulnerability, as you're opening yourself up. Okay, now come back to all fours and come on down to your front body, so prone position. And we're going to come into the Sphinx pose. So on your forearms, your elbows are under your shoulders. You're on your forearms, spread your fingers, press into your feet. So a sphinx is I think a mythological creature. So I don't know how sphinxes are, but I picture a sphinx, and they're really stable and kind of regal and uplifted. So just kind of think about those. Imagine being a sphinx. I see them in stone, like aren't they outside the Metropolitan Library in New York? Aren't those sphinxes? I think they are.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I'm imagining that. Just very stable, grounded, forward facing, and open-hearted. Let's take a couple of breaths here. Make sure you're pressing your pelvis and tucking a little bit, so to protect your low back. So take a little tuck, pressing your pelvis into the mat. Couple more breaths. Okay, then stack your palms one on top of the other and come down to a rest. Bring your forehead down, just rest. This is actually called crocodile pose. It's a little bit of a back bend, but it's a good rest posture. Okay, and now we're going to come into what we usually call locust, but we're going to call it shark. It's fierce. So you're on your front body. Take your arms back by your sides, palms facing in, forehead on the mat. So we're channeling the shark's smooth, long, strong, determined. So on an inhale, keep your legs and pelvis pressed into the mat and lift your upper body, your arms, reach back with your arms, shoulder blades together. Look forward on the mat a little bit and think about a fierce, determined, strong shark. Exhale back down. So we'll just go up and down with the upper body a few times. So inhale up, open your chest. You're swimming through the water, fast, fast, fast. Exhale down. One more time. Exhale down. And now we're going to bring the legs up as well. So as you inhale, your upper body, your arms, reach out through your pointed toes, really fast now. The kids would probably be snapping their jaws, but you don't have to do that. Down. And then inhale up. Reach, exhale down. Imagine that shark swimming through the water. Maybe they're moving their tail. I think they have to. Exhale down. One more time. Okay, now rest on one cheek. Just let it go. Notice the energy moving through your body. And then lift your head and gently go around to the other side. Rest on your other cheek. Come back to your breath. Remember that strong, sleek feeling of the shark. And then come on back up to all fours. And we're going to come all the way up to standing. So tuck your toes, lift up your hips, just transitioning through downward facing dog. Bend your knees, walk your feet up between your hands, and come into a forward fold. Knees bent a little or a lot, just hang at the weight of your upper body, just lengthen out your spine. And then bring your hands to your shins, come up halfway, lengthen out, exhale, fold. And now press into your feet, come all the way up, palms touch, and come down the midline. And we'll do a mountain pose. Now, a mountain isn't an animal, but it is part of nature. And so we're gonna kind of channel a mountain here. So spread your toes, get grounded down through your feet. So mountains are below the ground, and then they rise up. So bring your energy right up, tuck your tailbone a little bit, roll your shoulders back, bring your arms out, palms face forward, lengthen through the crown of your head. Feel stable, grounded, strong. Let go of a little bit of effort. It's your nature. Just to be stable, strong, unmovable, unshakable. No matter what happens, whether it's raining, snowing, sunny, windy, the mountain is just in the middle, in a place of calm and quiet. Okay, then we're going to do another breath, and this is elephant breath. So have your feet a little bit apart. This is an energizing, waking up kind of breath. So make your hands be trunks. Diane knows how to do this because she was in the class. So we're going to inhale up and then exhale through your mouth between your legs. With a, you can say ha or just do that. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. Swing your trunk. One more. Now this time, raise up. Hold your hands up there and keep breathing. But imagine that you're giving yourself a shower. So you're washing yourself with your trunk, but you're showering yourself, use your imagination here, with something really good, a shower of good thoughts or good feelings, like peace or love or anything you want to have more of today. Just imagine that you could even take your hands and make them shower down shower yourself with a really nice feeling. Keep breathing. Okay. And then come back to mountain pose. And just notice. So just stand tall. Notice the energy moving through your body. That breath was, as I said, energizing, waking up, coming alive. And maybe also notice how you feel after you showered yourself with some good wishes. Okay, and now we're going to do a balance, which is, again, this is really good to have a playful attitude in balance, because we can get real serious about that, real judgmental. So, it's good to face some direction that you're not seeing something that's moving, so you can really be in yourself and focused. So we're going to do tree, which we do a lot. A tree is a natural, it's a plant, obviously. So we're going to be trees, and then we're going to have a wind come up, and we're going to do all stuff like that. So, you know, the kids, no worries if they came out. Some of them just stood on both feet the whole time. It was great. It was great. So don't, you know, have a playful attitude about this. Just get into the feeling of being a tree and being rooted down. So start by rooting down through both your feet. And then if you want, you can come up onto the toes of the other one leg and let the weight come into the rooted leg, and just really imagine those roots pressing down, going down into the earth by pressing into all four corners of the foot. And then you can raise your leg, your foot, put it on your other leg. You can keep both feet down, and then raise your branches, reaching up. So rooting down, reaching up, looking at something that's not moving. And then you could imagine the wind starting up, maybe slowly. And if you want, you could have it be a hurricane. Or you could say, oh, it's winter and there are no leaves. My branches are just staying here. Although I guess branches can move too. Anyway, so just have fun. Play with your tree for a while. Just don't walk around, because trees don't do that. Okay, and then come down, just shake that out, move any way you want, get rid of the tension, and do whatever you want on the other side. Make your tree on the other side. Have fun and practice balance. Make sure you keep breathing. Okay, and then come out, move it around again. And we're going to come down to our knees, and so come to the front edge of your mat. And then inhale, arms up. Exhale, bend your knees, fold forward. Place your hands on the ground, step back into down dog, just for a minute. Second, pedal your feet a little bit, then come onto your knees, and you're
you're gonna stand on your knees. Blanket here. And now you might have a block nearby too. We're gonna do some, well, what we normally call lunge, but now it's going to be called dragon. So we're coming into our dragon pose. So start on your knees. And so you're upright, take your right foot forward. Move back a little bit on here. Okay, yeah, so you can have a block here. Right foot forward, you're on your left knee, back. So start by being upright, both hands on your right knee. So you need to get stable here a little bit, and then try to bring your hips forward just a tad so you have some stretch in your left front leg. And then inhale your arms up. And then exhale through your mouth like you're breathing fire. Fingers are spread, really spread and energized. So breathe in, up as you reach up. And then breathe fire out your mouth. You're a dragon. Fiery, determined, strong. Don't be afraid to be a dragon. Kids love it. One more. Okay, then let your hands come back to your knee, and we're gonna twist our dragon. So bring your hands to your heart space and just turn toward the right. And you can stay right here, or if you want to spread your wings, you can take, I'm going to use my block, one hand down and one hand up. So you're a flying dragon. Beautiful. Yes, do your wings, that's right. So you're light now, light and flying. Oh, and also still powerful, determined, stretching your body, twisting. Okay, and let that hand come down, knee come back. Just put your hands both on the mat and bring your head, the top of your head to the mat, and just roll gently back and forth on the top of your head. You might feel some little, did someone say yes? It's like a little funny, I don't know if pain is the right word, but think about it. We don't put our tops of our head on the mat unless you practice headstand. But it's okay to roll around on the top of your head. And I find that when I do it, it feels, it's like working out a kink or something. Okay, then come back up and we will do that on the other side. So this time, your left foot goes forward. I find that I put the block on the inside of my foot, but you can do whatever you want. You don't have to use a block if you don't want. Okay, so first get stable here with your hands on your knee. And lengthen up. And then on an inhale, arms go up. And then exhale, breath of fire. One more. Okay, now the dragon has to fly away, or wants to fly away, so hands to your chest,
twist to the left. And you can bring your elbow to your knees, a little bit of balancy here. So however you want to do it. Spread your wings if you want to. All over if you want to. So stay with the dragon. Okay, and then come out of that. Bring your knee back. And, oh, let's roll on our head one more time. So roll on your head again. You could even make circles. Be mindful of your neck. Okay, then come up, take your feet out to the side, and come onto your seat with your legs straight out. And again, this might be a good place to sit on a blanket. So feet out, straight up, straight spine. You can have your hands behind you if you want to have a little kickstand to help you go up. And then, so inhale, lengthen first, then exhale, pull your belly in and walk your hands forward toward your toes. They don't have to get to your toes, but keep your chest lifted and open. So you're keeping your spine straight and long. Just let your knees be not locked. So a little micro bend in your knees as you come forward. And inhale, lengthen. Every time you inhale, lengthen your spine forward and up. And then exhale, maybe release a little bit more. Don't worry, you're just giving your hamstrings a little time to lengthen and release. Notice where you feel the stretch. Find the place where it's a good feeling stretch and just linger there. Just trying to release a little more. You just might come a little closer to your thighs, micro movements. Okay, then inhale up, and we're gonna do fish pose. So for this, you will maybe want a block or a rolled up blanket, and I'll demonstrate what we're gonna do. This is a chest opener. So we're gonna come on our backs and put your each hand under your glutes, and then come up onto the elbows and let your head come back. So this is where you might want a block back there to rest your head on. So take a minute to figure out what you want to do. So hands are under your buttocks. Bend your elbows, bring your chest up, and let your head go back whatever amount. I mean, it can rest on the mat if that is agreeable, but it might not be. So just find comfortable fish. So you're thinking fish here, supported by the water, so you have that support. And you're lifted, expanded, open-hearted. open-hearted and trusting. Supported by the water, and you're supported by your arms, and your head is supported by that. So this is can be a restorative posture because it's supported. Just imagine a fish. Think of a fish jumping out of the water, arching its back. Think of your heart just opening out, taking in so much space in your open heart for all good things. Okay, then let yourself come down. Remove the block or the blanket or whatever you have there. And we're going to do some sort of a twist. So you can choose. It can be one leg straight, the other leg bent and over that straight leg, or it can be both knees bent, both to one side or the other. That's like a windshield wipe twist. So find any kind of a twist that agrees with you today. The other one is that figure 4 where one ankle is over one knee and to the side. So just settle into it. A twist. We're kind of winding down here, so I'll look at the clock and see if we can hold the twist for about a minute. And coming back to your breath, so that slow, deep, even breath, where you just send the breath to the area of sensation, expand and open that area, and then exhale, just consciously release. Relax, release. See if you can feel the release. Just stay in the present moment, right with your breath, right in your body. I think this is the most challenging thing for kids, is to be still. And challenging for all of us, actually. Okay, now bring your knees back, or come back to center and take a twist on the other side. Doesn't have to be the same. Then come back to center and set up for Shavasana. So I know some people have to leave, so we'll just move right into Shavasana. I will bring you, oh, you need, Angela, would you like something? Yeah, I think. You want me to blanket over you? Yeah. Right. I like your toenails. They're nice. You okay, Dane? Yep. Okay, good. All right. Okay, so just settle in. If your thoughts are coming back, just let them float on by. Be aware, let them go, and in a few minutes you can come right back to those thoughts. Stay in your body, in your just this moment, breath by each moment, breath by breath. Because that's all that's real, is this each moment. And gently bring your awareness back to the space. See yourself as part of the group. And awaken your body with small movements. Fingers, toes, maybe some stretching. Just take it slow. Transitions are important. Don't want to rush it. And bend your knees, bring your knees into your chest and come over onto your side. And just rest inside child's pose. Notice your body sensations, how your body feels. Notice your emotions. Notice your thoughts. Don't attach, just notice the state of your mind. Remember your intention. Take a couple of slow, deep, even breaths. And then bring yourself up to a seated position. And sit with a tall, straight spine, lengthen up. Bring your hands, palms together at your heart space. Press them lightly together and bow to your efforts today. Your willingness to be like a child and come back into that playful, curious, imaginative state. Joy, happiness. And I thank you for guide you in practice and sharing your energy. The light in me bows to and honors the very same light in each of you. Namaste.
Namaste.